Good evening and welcome to our commissioning that we're going to be having with the St. Louis, Washington, and New York volunteers for the 2012-2013 year. We're very happy with this group. We've had a wonderful week, and without going into a lot of introductions about them, because they're going to do that, we're going to move right now into our opening prayer, which is going to be prayed by Molly Butler.
A reading from the book of Isaiah. There we go. All right, let's do this. A reading from the book of Isaiah. It is not, rather, the fast that I choose, releasing those bound unjustly, untying the thongs of the yoke, setting free the oppressed, breaking off every yoke. It is not sharing your bread with the hungry, bringing the afflicted and the homeless into your house, clothing the naked when you see them, and not turning your back on your own flesh. Then your light shall break forth like the dawn, and your wounds shall quickly be healed. Then you shall call, and our God will answer. You shall cry for help, and God will say, Here I am. If you remove the yoke from among you, the accusing finger and malicious speech, then your light shall rise in the darkness, and your gloom shall become like midday. Then the Holy One will guide you always, and satisfy your thirst in parched places, will give strength to your bones, and you shall be like a watered garden, like a flowing spring whose waters never fail.
Thank you, Molly. I'm not going to move it because we're... No. Thanks, Brian. Those here at the Motherhouse have had the opportunity to have so many breakfast, lunches, and dinners with the volunteers, and I think they've met everyone, and it's been a wonderful experience for all of us. But I know that some of you don't know about them and would like to hear something, so we're going to ask each volunteer now to come up, tell us who they are, where they're from, and where they're going, and hopefully that will let the entire community, as they're watching, know a little bit more about our volunteers. So whoever wants to start, and we'll keep it just going, one right after the other. Thanks.
My name is... My name is Kathleen Fox. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a Nearings Hall grad, 2008. I'll be working at Marion Middle School in St. Louis.
My name's Shauna. I'm from Northern Virginia, and I will be working at the UN office with Sally Dunn, and I'm really excited about that.
Hi, I'm Caroline Riebling. I'm from the Southern Illinois area, and I'll be working in Washington, D.C. At Academy of Hope.
What does Academy of Hope do?
Teaching adult education courses. You're welcome.
My name is Katie Hughes. I'm from Maryland, outside D.C., and I'll be working in St. Louis at Family Care Health Centers, working with the underinsured.
My name is Bob Shine. I'm originally from Massachusetts. I will be with the DC community, although living in the satellite campus up in Maryland. And I'll be working with Sister Janine Gramick at New Ways Ministry.
Hi, I'm Tali Singer. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I will be working at Interfaith Voices.
Hi, I'm Wendy. I'm from Maryville, Tennessee, and I will be working with Mary and Diane at Water.
Hi, my name is Molly Butler, and I'm from a suburb of Chicago. I'm going to be working at Community of Hope, facilitating their after-school program at the homeless shelter there in Washington, D.C.
Hi, I'm Nick Durda. I'm from the southwest suburbs of Chicago, and I'll be working at Bread for the City in their legal clinic in Washington, D.C.
Hi, my name is Katie Jones, and I'll be working as a Loretto Volunteer Coordinator in Washington, D.C. Sorry. So that was just about the briefest snippets of these young adults' lives that you out there in TV land and you here at the Motherhouse could possibly have received. It clearly did not scratch the surface of how incredibly special each of these young adults is. As we've just begun to find out in this past week, exhausting, long days full of talking and listening, learning a little bit about Loretto, learning a little bit about the 4 core values that we'll all be exploring together this year, which are important to the volunteers as well as values that are important to the community. Those are community, social justice, simplicity, and spirituality. It's been a long, tiring, and exciting week here. And part of what's so tiring about it is that we're all getting to know each other just at the very same time that they are preparing to begin a very exciting year. And part of what makes it, and what makes it so exciting is that we have had a full week of sharing meals with sisters and co-members who have been sharing pieces of their lives that have inspired all of us young folks, to go back to DC, St. Louis, and New York to live a little bit like the way you all have lived, that you all live. And as you'll find out in a few minutes, in addition to exploring these values on their own, they also have written a set of commitments that they would like to make and publicly display to you all that affirm their sense of commitment to those values, to those Loretto values. So in a minute, I'll look forward to sharing those, having them share those commitments with you. I guess you may notice one thing that distinguishes this group from previous years is that there's 9 of them. So the largest, is this true, Barb? This is the largest group of Loretto volunteers in history. So I think that in and of itself deserves a round of applause. I've said this before, it's not about the quantity, it's clearly about the quality of each of these young adults who brings a vastly diverse set of gifts and experiences to this year, which is going to create its own set of opportunities for growth and learning in their communities, in their workplaces, in their neighborhoods. But I believe that it is significant, and I hope that we all in this room at least, and maybe you all out in TV land as well, can sense the significance, the sense of excitement that there are so many volunteers who are choosing to live this lifestyle for a year. They're choosing to live begin a lifestyle that is committed to values that absolutely goes beyond 1 year. That we're sending out people into the world who are living Loretto values for the rest of their lives. And I wanted to especially make it clear in this space to the volunteers who are here that you are part of Loretto's story. I think that's become clear learning the histories, learning the history of the place, learning the unique histories of the sisters and co-members here. You are part of the future of the community. And it's for that reason that we're gathered here today, for the volunteers to be able to express their sense of commitment for the year, and as well for the community to give their sense of blessing on the volunteers, commission them forward to do it, to go forward into their year. So I could keep talking, but I won't. I would prefer to turn it over to our volunteers, 4 of whom are going to get up and briefly share their commitments for the year in the themes of social justice. I'm trying to do it in order, but I don't remember the order. Social justice, simple living, spirituality, and community. Without further ado, I'll turn it back over to Kathleen to do that. Oh, and the 4 of you who are going to be reading one of the values could all stand up and just go right on through together.
We are fully committed to working for social justice and acting for peace. Whether we speak up, speak out, or speak against, we strive to nurture the seeds that have been planted.
On our spiritual journeys, we commit to communal reflection, thoughtful questioning, and intentional meditation.
We commit to simple living through conscious consumption, engendering solidarity, and connecting with our surroundings.
While we realize this is a work in progress, we commit to fostering a community that promotes inclusion, supports its members, and engages in open dialogue.
I think I'm going to roll this down a little bit because the person following me is even shorter than I am. No. There is always one in the crowd. She's not that short. A little bit higher. Okay, that's great. That's great. Thank you for affirming these young people. And I have to say, it's been my privilege to assist our fearless leader, Katie. She has been absolutely wonderful. We've had a great time. It's been tiring, but we've all enjoyed it, and it's been fun. I've been impressed by the depth of each one of these young adults. And as someone said, they have so many different gifts, but last night they proved something that I thought was beyond the beyond. They came together as a group to write that commitment together. And in Loretto, could we ever envision that 10 people would get something done in about an hour and come together? You know, and my frame of history was Loretto. Oh boy, this is going to be all night. We're going to be at this. They proved me wrong and came up with something very profound. So the challenge was there, and they just came through. They're brilliant young people. We would like to ask Cecily to come up and to read a poem that is going to be actually a blessing for these young people. And we'd ask you to support them by blessing them as Cecily reads this poem. So Cecily, would you please come up? We're honored to have you do this tonight. And I'll see if Brian put this at the right level for you.
I have it about the same height as Tally's.
Okay.
Thanks. This is a blessing poem by Ursuline Le Guin, which Katie gave me, and I consider it a privilege to read it. Please bring strange things. Please come bringing new things. Let very old things come into your hands. Let what you do not know come into your eyes. Let desert sand harden your feet. Let the arch of your feet be the mountains. Let the paths of your fingertips be your maps, and the ways you go be the lines on your palms. Let there be deep snow in your in-breathing, and your out-breath be the shining of ice. May your mouth contain the shapes of strange words. May you smell food cooking you have not eaten. May the spring of a foreign river be your navel. May your soul be at home where there are no houses. Walk carefully, well-loved one. Walk mindfully, well-loved one. Walk fearlessly, well-loved one. Return with us, return to us. Be always coming home.
Thank you, Cecily, for reading that and for praying that in the name of the community. I think it says it all, that all our prayers are going to be with you. You have the support of everyone here, and as Katie said, on TV land. So we wish you, and we're going to send you forth. But we're going to sing before that. So there is a song sheet that has been passed out. Hopefully everyone has one or can share one with someone. And we have it on a CD, so that's even better, so we can follow along. And we're told that this has been sung here before, so maybe you're going to recognize the music once you hear it.
I'll add, in the spirit of cycles and seasons and rhythms, that this is a song that was sung at a closing retreat for volunteers a couple years ago. Of course, every end is a beginning and every beginning is an end, right? So I think it's appropriate, as much appropriate now as at the end of the year. And I will take the microphone with me.
Some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. I am alone, I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced at the brink of wisdom. I'm impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection, it be my crime. In humility I will listen. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living in the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. On this journey through thoughts and feelings, finding intuition, my head, my heart, I am gathering tools together. I'm preparing to do my part. All of those who've come before me, band together and be my guide. Loving lessons that I will follow. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power cherishing the beings that live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. When we get there, we'll discover all of the gifts we've been given to share have been with us since life's beginning, and we never noticed they were there. We can balance at the brink of wisdom, never recognizing that we've arrived. Loving spirits will live together. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living neath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground and walk on, cherishing the beings that live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other
Thanks everybody who's out there listening and watching with us. If you're out there, you want to send me and Claudia an email to let us know that you were there, because we don't know, that would be great. Thanks. Thanks to everyone. And thank you to Brian, our illustrious tech guru extraordinaire. We have one final little surprise, which people in TV land may or may not care to keep watching, but you can. Peg Jacobs is going to come up and has a little extra special treat before we start just hanging out.
I hope you'll leave a set of your commitments for us to have before us, so we can be with you and we can be together. It's been delightful to have you here. And it's going to be fascinating to hear what goes on through the year. I'm sure you'll have some diverse experiences, depth, and some learning about what it is to live in community. And remember that day I took a picture? I bet you know which picture this is. It's a picture of the group holding Katie. And the message that goes with this picture is, in the course of the year, that when you hit tough times, you'll let the community hold you. And I can say from personal experience, it's powerful. So be willing to be vulnerable and to trust your friends. I have two. This one's for St. Louis. Your house. This is for Washington. I was like, nah, you can just wait. Washington. This is for a satellite.
this Mass has ended. Just kidding.